Hey, welcome to the farm, 22 and beyond. I'm Will Feldman and welcome to 22 and Beyond Ranch. So we have a few different things we have going on here. There's a lot of cattle, of course. We're in East Texas. Everything grows. We have 3 growing seasons. We love chickens and we love ducks. So we have a lot of duck eggs and a lot of chicken eggs as well. A lot of vegetables. Fruits are coming on. We have about 400 fruit trees that are growing right now, and we're going to be adding to that each year. We have some blueberries and blackberries and a bunch of other things like that as well. So some grapes too. But we are known as a cattle farm, so people like to see the calves and the cows coming out here. We are obviously love harvest toast. We also have some glamping that we're starting to set up and some maybe even primitive camping. We'll see how that goes, but have goals of putting trails through the woods so we can mountain bike through and have hikes and things like that. We have about 250 acres, so it's pretty awesome, and we really enjoy it. So after leaving the city a little bit, it's like you get here and you just go. So talked about having some health retreats here, as well as more of executive retreats, so that people can come out and have that type of experience away from all the clutter and noise, and come out here and basically hear nothing but animals most of the time. So yeah, it's pretty awesome.
We're at Feldman Farm in Garrison, Texas. It's a great harvest host.
There's always work to do on the farm, putting up that hay for winter. Slowly filling up with hay, girl.
Our little man, I think he's quite interested in the strange person standing in front of him. Personally, I love these gateless paddocks because they allow you to come and go as you please without having to get out and open the fence. The farmers or ranchers put these cattle guards down so the cows will not cross over them and you don't have to put a gate up. They were able to put a lot of hay away yesterday. When you arrive to Feldman Farms, you will see a white metal fence. Pull in there and you will park between the 2 barns. This is our home tonight. We're hung close to the one side of the barn because they were putting in hay in the other side of the barn. There's Will, and he's going to give us a tour of Feldman Farms.
Yeah, we are able to harvest hay 2 to 3 times, usually 3 times a year here. This year it's been so dry. We had no rain for 11 weeks. So, obviously the hay is really important for the cattle, and this is the chutes where we load them up, where we split the calves, the yearlings. These are the bulls over here. Typically have Black Angus moms and Beef Master dads. There's a Black Angus bull there, and some Herefords in here, but we only let a few in at a time. This is where they all hang out. They don't fight too much. So we planted about 400 fruit trees in the last couple of years. So we have pear and apple. These are peach. They go up and down the driveway. Planted some blueberries. It was really tough for not having rain for so long. So we watered everything as much as we can, but like these aren't doing too hot. They're pretty easy. Have you ever felt a turkey head? Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a big boy. There's always this balance of animals with, trees or crops or things like that, right? And so, obviously manure is the best you can get. But I think there was an interesting thing here, was that if you look at this peach tree here, see how big that is compared to like some of them out here. They were all planted the same day, right? So you can see the size of that, and that was inside the cage. So it's around the ducks, around the turkeys. But yet some of these that were just outside their fence also got really big. So it's like the microbes kind of crawled uphill, as well as maybe the sound. I don't know, it's kind of an interesting thing. So then what happened is that I realized like the ducks were making a big difference on the trees. And so then I let them out here. So we have 3 different fences out in this way. And so, they keep the grass down, but they also, they poop a ton. When it was hot, I would move the water buckets around, or the water pools around, and then they just, splash and make a mess. They're hilarious though. Yeah, I think we got, I'm not sure how many, 50 or 60 peach trees maybe. So the fig trees should grow really quick. The interesting thing about the fruit trees, I mean, you have to prune them back pretty harsh. Like when you first plant them, we plant them like bare root, so there's no ball on the bottom, and they get used to the soil much better. And so we built this just more of our, just our garden for just the house here. So, but we've got a third growing season in Texas. So everything, you can see the tomatoes, these are original from the spring. They're still coming on. This is a horseradish that's been in our family for about 150 years. Kale's coming on really good. That's a good third crop. Basil grows amazing down here. This is Thai basil and regular sweet basil. Peppers, the peppers was tougher this year, but it was not too bad. It was, yeah, there might be a couple, but yeah, they're kind of not too happy. So I don't know if you want to see the roosters. They're actually really pretty. Yeah, well, we started incubating from our own flock, and so due to the temperatures and things, we had more roosters than hens on the first round. So yeah, but we're doing better. We're doing better. Yeah, but if you want a rooster, let me know. Got like 9 of them here. You only need 1 or 2. I love them. They're beautiful. Yeah, they've got great lines and mystique, and they're certainly high quality. So I've got some work to do, but we'll get through it. The land yacht. So these are blueberries here. So these are about to go dormant. You can see the new growth coming on right now. Then we have elderberries here. Those grow really well. Concord actually did quite well this year. So I've got more of those growing. These first 2 years here have been more experimental. So just to see what grows best. I probably overdid it with a little bit of too many fruit trees, but I like fruit, so. I'll show you some pig damage of why farmers don't like pigs. This happens to be in an area we're not driving on typically, but you can see what happens in one night from pigs. Yeah, a few of them is no problem, but they usually have 9 to 12 babies per mom every year, so, or sometimes even more, it seems like. So this is a pump station here. I don't normally have anybody come down this way, so. That was put in 1948. Babies. So yeah, 1948, they put a pipeline through here. It's Texas, so it was the oil right away, and then it's been some bigger pipes since. Nice thing is they maintain roads and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. That's more pig damage. So in the spring, this whole field is full of wild raspberries. So blackberries, sorry. And so that's pretty nice. But that's what the pigs are also eating. They're eating the roots of the blackberries. So these were planted intentionally. They planted them around the hardwoods, which is nice. They didn't chop them all down. But yeah, these are about 20 years old, so it's time for a thinning. You can't really translate the smell and the feel. I mean, it's, for the viewers at home, it's, or on the road, I should say, it's probably, I don't know, 70 maybe. It's pretty nice, 70, 72 maybe, 74. Humidity is a nice little hug. We're about 40 miles from Louisiana border. We are in what's called the piney woods. So we also have honeybees that come through. Really interesting how they're so well traveled, because they're hired. They've been coming to this property for about 18 years. It's the center of their operation from a standpoint of raising the new ones. So basically they go to California and pollinate the almond orchards and things like that. So I think we're gonna try to get one more cutting or hay out of this field. That's why the cows are all in the back. But we do use chicken manure as fertilizer, so big spreaders. The farmers do an amazing job of getting out here and getting that compost in. Yeah, this is going to be more of like a camp area here, which would be kind of cool. It's really pretty most of the year. The frogs and turtles and things that you see up here are amazing. So I did see one alligator, which I wasn't happy about, but can't do too much about them. They show up where they want to show up. So this is a loblolly pine, and if you're out like west, this would be considered a ponderosa pine. Probably top 10 largest. I think it's 13.5 feet. Some people call it the avatar tree. You don't realize how big it is because it's all by itself, but it's a really big tree. So you see the size of that thing? Oh, wow. It's just massive. There's no size comparison. Here, I'll go. Yeah, you can see how big this thing is. It's really, really big. Yeah, if you look down the center, it obviously was all rotted out, but I could stand up straight without bending down there. So hopefully we can get that play center for the kids. if I can drag it out of here with the tractor. Wouldn't that be fun? So yeah, I love having the Harvest Host folks come up here. It's been great meeting people from all over the country. It's been awesome. So we typically have beef. We also have duck eggs. We have chicken eggs. We have, depending on the season, zucchinis and all sorts of different variety of vegetables, some jams, and definitely honey. So we have those things around, and so if you want any of that, just let us know. All right, let's go see if we find another egg here. These guys like to just rip everything up, but they do have the ability to go out in the field, so. Oh, hey, honey. You got one? Oh, you got one egg there, sweetie? Here we go.
There you
go. And there you go.
So
now you got a dozen.
As fresh as you can
That's
get.
as fresh as you can get. It's very warm. So it's a peach tree. So this is the second year. So it's, I mean, pretty good size for a second year peach. It shouldn't have a blossom, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that one off. There's your peach blossom. Plum tree here. So we should have a decent amount of plums this next year. They come on pretty quick. So figs too. Actually, we had some figs even in the first year, which is unusual. But yeah, these guys are pretty hardy. Need to be trimmed back, but we usually wait a little bit longer. We trim them back in the middle of the winter. All those white flowers, they're all wild onions. They're cool.
That is cool. This is our take, plus a dozen eggs.
We're having fresh eggs for breakfast. One I picked off the nest all by myself. Well, I lied. One Will picked off the nest all by himself. And I have it right here on the video.
All right, it's time for the Feldman Farms Cellular Service Report. Well, first up is T-Mobile at 57.6 megabits per second down and 7.13 megabits per second up. Verizon comes in second place with pretty good numbers at 52.2 megabits per second down and 1.56 megabits per second up. And not to be totally outdone, we've got AT&T at 22.5 megabits per second down and 4.27 megabits per second up. So pretty good cellular service out there on the farm, and it's a big place. So you should have all sorts of fun and get some of that fresh meat. Oh my goodness. Not to mention the eggs. Talk to you next time.